श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, 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 श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा। सफल रिद्धि सिद्धिदात्री श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, सफल रिद्धि सिद्धिदात्री श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा। पूर्णिमा का दिव्य प्रकाश है,
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 पूर्ण चंद्र 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 का दिव्य प्रकाश है।
गुरु पूर्णिमा का ये प्रसाद है, दसों दिशाओं में दिव्य प्रकाश है।
गुरु पूर्णिमा का ये प्रसाद है, दसों दिशाओं में दिव्य प्रकाश है। श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा।
आत्मा वेद विश्व ब्रह्म का,
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 पूर्ण ज्ञान का पूर्ण चंद्र 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 का।
गुरु पूर्णिमा का ये प्रसाद है, दसों दिशाओं में दिव्य प्रकाश है।
गुरु पूर्णिमा का ये प्रसाद है, दसों दिशाओं में दिव्य प्रकाश है। श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा।
द्वार खुला है श्री गुरुदेव का,
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 ब्रह्मानंद सरस्वती का,
ब्रह्मानंद सरस्वती का,
द्वार खुला है श्री गुरुदेव का,
द्वार खुला है श्री गुरुदेव का,
धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष का,
धर्म अर्थ
पूर्णिमा का ये प्रसाद है, दसों दिशाओं में दिव्य प्रकाश है। गुरु पूर्णिमा का ये प्रसाद है, दसों दिशाओं में दिव्य प्रकाश है। श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा। द्वार खुला है श्री गुरुदेव का,
द्वार खुला है श्री गुरुदेव का,
द्वार खुला है श्री गुरुदेव का,
द्वार खुला है श्री गुरुदेव का।
ब्रह्मानंद सरस्वती का,
ब्रह्मानंद सरस्वती का,
द्वार खुला है श्री गुरुदेव का,
द्वार खुला है श्री गुरुदेव का।
धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष का,
धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष का,
धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष का,
धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष का।
गुरु पूर्णिमा का ये प्रसाद है, दसों दिशाओं में दिव्य प्रकाश है। गुरु पूर्णिमा का ये प्रसाद है, दसों दिशाओं में दिव्य प्रकाश है। श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा। चलो गुरु की पूजा करेंगे, चलो गुरु की पूजा करेंगे, चलो गुरु की पूजा करेंगे, चलो गुरु की पूजा करेंगे। श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा, श्री गुरु पूर्णिमा।
ओम स्वस्ति श्री समस्त जगदुत्पत्ति स्थिति लय कारणस्य रक्षा शिक्षा विचक्षणस्य प्रणत पारिजातस्य अशेष पराक्रमस्य श्रीमदनंत वीर्यस्य आदिनारायणस्य अचिन्त्या परिमित शक्त्या ध्रियमाणानां महाजलौघमध्ये परिभ्रमताम् अनेककोटिब्रह्माण्डानामेकतमे अव्यक्तमहदहङ्कारपृथिव्यप्तेजो वायुवाकाशाद्यावरणैरावृते अस्मिन् महति ब्रह्माण्डखण्डे आधारशक्तिश्रीमदादिवाराहदंष्ट्राग्रविराजिते कूर्मानन्तवासुकितक्षककुलिककर्कोटकपद्ममहापद्मशङ्खाद्यष्टमहानागैर्ध्रियमाणे ऐरावतपुण्डरीकवामनकुमुदाञ्जनपुष्पदन्तसार्वभौमप्रतीकाष्टदिग्गजोपरि प्रतिष्ठितानाम् अतलवितलसुतलतलातलरसातलमहातलपाताललोकानामुपरि भागे पुण्यकृन्निवासभूतभूर्लोकभुवर्लोकस्वर्लोकमहर्लोक जनोलोकतपोलोकसत्यलोकाख्यसप्तलोकानामधोभागे चक्रवालशैलमहावलयनागमध्यवर्तिनो महाकालमहाफणिराजशेषस्य सहस्रफणामणिमण्डलमण्डिते दिग्दन्तिशुण्डादण्डोद्दण्डिते अमरावती अशोकवती भोगवती सिद्धवती गान्धर्ववती काञ्ची अवन्ती अलकावती यशोवतीति पुण्यपुरी प्रतिष्ठिते लोकालोकाचलवलयिते लवणेक्षुसुरासर्पिदधिक्षीरोदकार्णवपरिवृते जम्बूप्लक्षकुशक्रौञ्च शाकशाल्मलिपुष्कराख्यसप्तद्वीपयुते इन्द्रकांस्यताम्रगभस्तिनागसौम्यगन्धर्वचारणभारतेति नवखण्डमण्डिते सुवर्णगिरिकर्णिकोपेतमहोसुर्महासरोरुहाकार 50 कोटियोजनविस्तीर्णभूमण्डले अयोध्या मथुरा माया काशी काञ्ची अवन्तिका द्वारावतीति मोक्षदायिकसप्तपुरी प्रतिष्ठिते सुमेरुनिषधत्रिकूट रजतकूट आम्रकूट चित्रकूट हिमवद्विन्ध्याचलानां महापर्वतप्रतिष्ठिते हरिवर्ष किंपुरुष भारतवर्षयोश्च दक्षिणे 9सहस्रयोजनविस्तीर्णे मलयाचलसह्याचलविन्ध्याचलानामुत्तरे स्वर्णप्रस्थचण्डप्रस्थचान्द्रसूक्तावन्तकरमणकमहारमणकपाञ्चजन्यसिंहललङ्केति नवखण्डमण्डिते गंगा भागीरथी गोदावरी क्षिप्रा यमुना सरस्वती नर्मदा तापी चंद्रभागा कावेरी पयोष्णी कृष्णा वेण्या भीमरथी तुंगभद्रा ताम्रपर्णी विशालाक्षी चर्मण्वती वेत्रवती कौशिकी गंडकी विश्वामित्री सरयू करतोया ब्रह्मानंदा महीत्यनेक पुण्यनदी विराजिते दंडक विंध्यक चंपक बदिरक महीलांगुहेक्षुग नैमिष कदलिक देवदारुवाख्यदशारण्ययुते अस्माकं परमाराध्य गुरुदेवैः अनन्तश्री विभूषितैः श्रीशंकराचार्य ब्रह्मानंद सरस्वती महाभागैः सम्पादित शतमुखकोटिहोमयज्ञपावितायां भूम्नः भरतखण्डात् बहुदूरस्थिते प्लक्षद्वीपान्तर्गते यूरोपखण्डे हॉलैंड देशे श्री महर्षि ज्ञानयुगीय वैदिक विश्वप्रशासनस्य राजधान्यां महर्षि वैदिक विश्वविद्यालय परिसरे अस्मिन् ब्रह्मस्थाने श्री भगवतो महापुरुषस्य नाभिसरोरुहादुत्पन्नस्य तदाज्ञया प्रवर्तमाने सकलजगत्स्रष्टुः परार्धद्वयजीविनो ब्रह्मणो द्वितीयपरार्धे 51तमे वर्षे प्रथममासे प्रथमपक्षे प्रथमदिवसे अह्नस्तृतीये तृतीये मुहूर्ते रथन्तरादिद्वात्रिंशत्कल्पानां मध्ये अष्टमे श्रीश्वेतवाराहकल्पे स्वायम्भुवस्वारोचिषोत्तमतामसरैवतचाक्षुषाक्षेषु षट्सु मनुषु व्यतीतेषु सप्तमे वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरे कृतत्रेताद्वापरकलिसंज्ञकानां चतुर्णां युगानां मध्ये वर्तमाने 28तमे कलियुगे प्रथमपादे 58-उत्तरसहस्रद्वयपरिमिते वैक्रमाब्दे त्रयोविंशत्युत्तर-एकोनविंशतिशततमे शालिवाहनशकाब्दे 41-उत्तर-एकपञ्चाशतशततमे युधिष्ठिरसंवत्सरे दशोत्तर-पंचविंशतिशततमे श्री आदिशंकराचार्यसंवत्सरे 28तमे महर्षि ज्ञानयुगीय संवत्सरे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यावहारिके चान्द्रमानेन प्रभवादिषष्ठिसंवत्सराणां मध्ये वृषनाम संवत्सरे बार्हस्पत्यमानेन जयनाम संवत्सरे दक्षिणायने ग्रीष्म ऋतौ आषाढमासे शुक्लपक्षे पौर्णिमायां शुभतिथौ बृहस्पतिवासरे पूर्वाषाढादिवसनक्षत्रे परीयान्नामयोगे बवकरणे धनुराशिस्थिते चंद्रे मिथुनराशिस्थिते सूर्ये वृश्चिकराशिस्थिते भौमे वृषभराशिस्थिते बुधे मिथुनराशिस्थिते देवगुरौ वृषभराशिस्थिते शुक्रे वृषभराशिस्थिते शनौ मिथुनराशिस्थिते राहौ धनुराशिस्थिते केतौ एवं ग्रहगणगुणविशेषणविशिष्टायाम् अस्यां पौर्णिमायां गुरुपूर्णिमायां च शुभपुण्यतिथौ आत्मनः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणोक्तफलप्राप्त्यर्थं मम उपात्तसमस्तदुरितक्षयद्वारा श्रीपरमेश्वरप्रीत्यर्थं धर्मार्थकाममोक्षचतुर्विधफलपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थं क्षेमस्थैर्यवीर्यविजय अभय आयुरारोग्यानन्दाद्यष्टैश्वर्याभिवृद्ध्यर्थं समस्तदुरितोपशान्त्यर्थं समस्तमङ्गलावाप्त्यर्थं समस्ताभ्युदयार्थं च धर्मार्थकाममोक्षचतुर्विधफलपुरुषार्थसिद्ध्यर्थं विशेषतः अद्य गुरुपूर्णिमायां शुभतिथौ महर्षि वैदिक विश्वप्रशासनं विजयन्तेतराम् इति संकल्पसिद्ध्यर्थं महर्षि वैदिक विश्वशान्तिराष्ट्रस्य सर्वतोमुख अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं वैदिकविश्वशान्तिराष्ट्रे स्थितानां समस्तजनानां कार्यक्षेत्रे यशो विजयलाभादिप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रीगुरुदेवतानुग्रहप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रीगुरुपूजनं करिष्ये।
पवित्र पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थांगतोऽपि वा
पुण्डरीकाक्षं सबाह्याभ्यन्तरशुचिः आवाहनम्
नारायणं परमं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रप्रकाश्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमतास्य कर्मा पादं सहस्रामकरं तं त्रिलोटकं वाक्यकारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरुसन्ततमानतोऽस्मि श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ नः पुनः यद्वायेनिपरिषत् सिद्धिं विदते यशम् श्रीमच्छ्रीवसितं जगद्गुरुपदं नत्वात्मतृप्तिं गता लोकाज्ञानप्रयोगपाटनगुरं श्रीशङ्करं शर्मलदं ब्रह्मानन्दसरस्वती गुरुवरम् ध्यायामि ज्योतिर्मयम् आवाहनं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। आसनं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। स्नानं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। वस्त्रं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। चन्दनं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। अक्षतान् समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। पुष्पं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। धूपं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। दीपं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। आचमनीयं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। नैवेद्यं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः। आचमनीयं समर्पयामि समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः
ताम्बूलं समर्पयामि
श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः श्रीफलं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः आराधिक्यम् कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि आराधिक्यं समर्पयामि गुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः आचमनीयं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः पुष्पाञ्जलिं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीब्रह्मानन्दं वरदं सकलं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं विश्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वैः साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणसहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि अज्ञाननिर्यान्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः पुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि श्रीगुरुचरणकमलेभ्यो नमः It's a very fortunate time for us all on earth today, Guru Purnima Day, the day of Purnima of Gurudev, fullness of the grace of Gurudev, fullness of the light of Gurudev, fullness of the blessings of Gurudev. We have celebrated Guru Purnima, offering to Gurudev. We have dedicated to Gurudev today the fruit of his blessings, the global country of world peace, which is the English translation of global country of Ram Raj, Vishwavyapi Ram Raj Vijayante Taram. In the fullness of very great blessings of Gurudev, we have celebrated Puja to Gurudev, whose blessings have showered total knowledge on us, has been showering total knowledge of us, year after year, year after year, for about half a century now. And today we have the delightful burden of administering the most ideal system of administration on earth on a global level, global country of world peace. This most fortunate, blissful, global burden on us to enjoy the infinite grace of Gurudev, to open the gate of all fortune, a new gate, to open a new gate of all fortune, all peace, all affluence, all bliss to all mankind for all the future of the world. Very fortunate time for us to express our infinite gratitude to Gurudev, the great eternal tradition of Vedic masters who have held the complete knowledge of life and who have been reviving from time to time as the knowledge becomes shadowed by ignorance and mankind begins to suffer, then the blossoming of this new knowledge is available to all mankind from the holy tradition. It's a very great time. The promise of this eternal tradition of masters is in the words of Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkratam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I am born on earth from time to time, whenever from human consciousness, from human awareness, the total light of God, the total light of natural law becomes shadowed by the clouds of ignorance. This promise has been with us, and now in the light of Gurudev's blessings, a very systematic unfoldment of the total field of knowledge came, and ways of knowledge around the world, month after month, year after year, for all these long years. And now today, we have a direct responsibility the most delightful responsibility with the blessings of Gurudev to continuously spread the light of knowledge to all mankind in a way that suffering belongs to no one, problem belongs to no one, dissatisfaction belongs to no one. That preventive quality of administration has been our joy in the light of total knowledge of Gurudev. It has been our joy to establish that ideal system of administration which will prevent problems. This is our most delightful responsibility today when we have offered to Gurudev all that has been achieved by us in the world. And what has been achieved by us in the world? A sample of possibility through the systematic unfoldment of knowledge that came to us from the blessings of Gurudev. Like a seed of total knowledge that he sprouted in us. The seed is sprouted. It has taken these long years, but it has been our fortunate fortune. It has been our fortunate fortune that we have sustained, we have guarded the tender growth of the seed into a sprouting, and now we have the sprout growing in terms of the branches, leaves, flowers, and fruit is still to come. We'll ring the bell of Eureka, of ripe fruits, sweet fruits of the total knowledge, the enlightenment that came to us from Gurudev. We have carefully rendered our whatever kind of care for the seed to grow, and we are very, very fortunate that the seed has grown now, the seed of total knowledge has grown now to give us the technique. First it was the technique in terms of a seed, and now in terms of a sort of, we can say, fully grown tree of knowledge. A sort of fully grown tree of knowledge. I'm saying only a sort of, because the whole population of the world has still to be reached. But today we have in our hand, in our grip, that total knowledge which will make full knowledge, total knowledge, blossom in the awareness of every individual and every nation in the world to come for all future global country of world peace has been created. I'm avoiding the expression, we have created. No. It's not we have created. It's nothing new that has come up to us. It just, the time brought it. The time shadowed it with the clouds, and the time removed the clouds, and we begin to feel. We have had life under the clouds. Now we begin to see that the clouds are withering away. And this puja of today's Guru Purnima is a direct, what we should say, direct, I want to use a word, very beautiful word. We want to take over the problem-ridden world. The darkness existing on earth for many, many centuries in the past, we want to take over with the flood of light. Now, the technique of taking the problem-ridden world with the lighted, with the eternal light of knowledge, which knows to make use of the total potential of natural law in the form of, in the words that our world knows, constitution of the universe. The universe is there, it has been there, it is going on, and it seems obvious it will continue to go on and on and on and on and on. This infinitely ever-expanding universe is being administered by total natural law, total will of God. And monsters have been created here and there throughout the history. All the history of the Vedic history witnesses lot of monsters coming up and going like that. But the eternal light of knowledge has been putting off these Rakshasas, these monsters. In our own life we have witnessed so many monsters like that. This is not the time for us to go into that dark patches of the world, because we are now in possession of the floodlights of enlightenment, the floodlights of enlightenment. Global country of world peace has come into being in order to create an ideal administration. And we define this ideal administration as that administration which will not allow problems to come to any individual or any nation. We had those transcendental meditation. That was like a gardener putting a bucket full of water in this tree, 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 morning and evening, each tree, attending to each tree, attending to each tree, and engaging lots of gardeners to water the root of the trees in all gardens of the world. How many thousands of teachers of transcendental meditation were made. And who made it? Continuous floodlight of knowledge, year after year, year after year, year after year. And we are led on to open the wide gates of all fortune for every individual on earth through the programs of transcendental meditation, its advanced techniques, Siddhi program, yogic flying, all these beautiful values of unfolding the basic reality of life, transcendental consciousness, parme vyoman. And all these 50 years we have been singing the glory of parme vyoman, transcendental consciousness, the unseen basis of life, unseen basis of life. And there have been people, when they saw us, when they saw us watering the root, they say, "What are you doing? You want the tree to go up. What are you watering on the root? What are you watering on the root?" We have been laughing to them. They have been laughing on us. So there has been a laughter in ignorance, and there has been a laughter in the waves of knowledge. That has been the laughter, waves of laughter through which our movement has gone year after year, year after year, year after year. And now this year, the individual approach of ours, which very systematically started to enlighten the individual, has enlightened some individual, enough in the world, though not very enough, but just enough to have some twinkle, twinkle little star of knowledge here and there and there and there. Whatever it was insignificant size of the twinkling of the stars, but the sky was found to be full of twinkle stars and stars, and some light. The darkness began to give points of light, points of light, points of light. And now today, the time came for us to attend to the collective consciousness of the whole world. Collective consciousness of the whole world. Collective consciousness of the whole world. And we are faced with this mass of half-enlightened population of the world. We started to ring the bell of heaven on earth and heaven on earth and heaven on earth. It has been our delight. We watched whatever we saw growing in coherence, going in coherence. We are very fortunate today, on this Guru Purnima day, during this puja to Gurudev, we have rang the bell of quite a lot of eureka, quite a lot of grabbing the goal. The goal was spiritual regeneration of the whole world. This was the thought 50 years ago. And now, gradually, month after month and year after year, single individuals, whatever little, 20 minutes morning, morning and evening here, there. It was a delight of time. It was a delight of time. People came, came to share with us the gardening profession of watering the root to enjoy the fruit. All those beautiful slogans we have went through, we have gone through. But now is our very great delight that the most ideal system of administration known throughout the ages, Ram Raj. What is Ram Raj? What is Ram Raj? Raj means administration. Ram means total knowledge. Ram Brahm. Ram Brahm. Ram Brahm Paramartha Rupa. Ram is Brahm. Ram is totality. Ram is pure knowledge, totality. Ram is the expression in speech. Ram is the expression in form of certain syllables. Ram. That is Brahm, totality. Just I want to go through this process of administration of the universe through total natural law, the infinite organizing power of the constitution of the universe is of a quality of preventive administration. Preventive administration. It's not a defeated administration as we find amply here and there. All the governments of the world, they are a failure, a fraud, and just meaningless. Not only meaningless, it is minus. Minus. They punish the man when he makes a mistake, but they cannot prevent him from making a mistake. If an administration is not able to prevent problems for the individuals, that administration is minus administration, not only zero. It's not only useless, but it's inefficient, it's inadequate. So more than 200 countries existing on earth with this inadequate ability to administer. Inability to administer. This is a challenge to every government today. And with this challenge, we are offering a welcome to every government today in order to gain the ability to prevent problems. Let their laws be redone. I'm inviting every government today to redo their man-made constitutions. Some 100 people gathered sometime in 200 years ago, or 10,000 years ago, or when, or 50 years ago, and that is their constitution. They'll die for that constitution. Damn such man-made constitutions in the world. Take the ideal administration which administers with perfect order. I'm inviting every government today, and because the governments are made with this democratic setup, so I see every man governing himself today. So here is a challengeful invitation to every man on earth to create his administration free from problems. Administration should have the ability. Listen to me 1,000 times this one sentence that I'm going to say. Administration should be able to prevent problems. Any single individual, he is caught up in his own livelihood, he is doing this and he is doing this, and if he is not succeeding in achieving what he wants to achieve, then it is very clear that the government's education has been inadequate, simple, and this is applicable to all the very great universities of America, of England, of Germany, and of all the countries. All the constitutions of the world are a humbug, misleading the world, blind, leading the blind. This has been the fate of the governments in the world. Now what has happened? Now what has happened? By the purity growing in the world consciousness, heads of states, or all those who make mistakes and wander about, they are being put to jail automatically. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not for putting the people in jail. I'm for preventing them to do wrong. Education should be able to culture a man, culture his mind, culture his body, so that he does not fall into problems. He doesn't violate natural law to create problems for him. If the education is not enlivening full natural law in the individual, he is destined to make mistakes, whether it's day or night. So this is a challenge to everyone in the world today, and particularly those who think themselves to be enlightened people, Nobel Prize winner scientists, artists, whatever. The whole living in the world with undeveloped consciousness is a fault of man, is a crime of the administrator. It's just blind leading the blind. Every government is full of problems, all ignorance. No government today believes in its own, this what you call, treasury. When there is lack of money in the country, they go to other countries, and still they call themselves to be sovereign. Look at these sovereign beggars who are moving around in the world with empty baskets. Please give me some money, please give me some money. Anyone who gives money, they say, now don't come to me tomorrow. If you have to come, you have to obey my orders for you dismantle this and you dismantle this. The money lender dictates the policies of administration, and he threatens the man to whom he gives money with interest. He is going to take interest from the loans, but he dictates his authority, his power. He puts sanctions on him. I'm laughing at these sanctions which America and Britain and Germany, sanctions. It's a shame. It's a shame. Simple, it's a shame. Today, I'm inviting all governments in the world to try to be wiser or abdicate, quit. The quitting procedure, nature has brought it out. Today one is the president, tomorrow he's found in the jail. This is in the process of refining world consciousness that has developed through purifying values of transcendental meditation. So many people in the world practicing transcendental meditation and Siddhi program and all the collective purifying processes through yogic flying. Let every government know that yogic flying is a natural feature of life. This is called Brahma. Brahma Sutras say, one sutra says, Tattu Samanvayat. by integrating the disintegrated units of life. By integrating these disintegrated units of life, one gets to totality. By integrating. Where in the world Yoga Sutras are being taught to the youngsters? Nowhere. Nowhere. All these big, big universities, I'm challenging all these great universities who, through their publicity and all that, all these Oxford and Cambridge, whatever is the education in the world, it is being challenged today after we have performed puja to Gurudev as a sign of our own awakening to do maximum good to the world. And in this doing good, we are being led by what the nature is producing. Nature is producing showers of pure knowledge. When Germany was fighting with the neighboring countries a few ago, I sent a message to this, whosoever was the defense minister or whatever. The message was sent to him that there is a peaceful way to create peace. He immediately said, please get out of my room. There is no way other than smashing, other than bombing, other than giving lesson to those who have created all these difficulties in their areas and all that. We have heard Hitler. Before Hitler, we have heard, he was called what? Great Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great. Now Great Britain. Now Great Britain is trying to follow the Alexander the Great. They are all going to sink in the channels. Time is different. Look to this man who came up as the bomber of the world. But now, within a few weeks, what is his situation? He's just like an ordinary man on the street of America. Time demands change. If you don't change, you won't be seen on the road. Now is the time for the global country of world peace. And what His Majesty Rajaram said, his policy of administration will be through education. Education to develop total potential of consciousness of the individual. Every individual is cosmic in nature. These are the words of the discovery in the field of physiology from His Majesty Nadaram. He has taken up the role of administration in the world to create an ideal administration in the world. He has taken up a task to create an ideal administration in the world. An ideal administration is defined as administration having the ability to prevent problems. Having the ability to prevent problems. Those who are conversant with the philosophy, let them not raise a point to me that whatever you do, you have to reap the consequences of it. I know it. I endorse it. I fully endorse it. As you do, so do you reap. As you sow, so shall you reap. When you sow mangoes, you can't expect apples. If you sow thorns, you can't expect something nice about it. As you sow, so shall you reap. But this does not mean that you are a slave to what you do. You are master of your own destiny. There is also a proverb even in English. Man is master of his destiny. You are master. Not that somebody else's comes on you and you do the wrong and you have to bear the consequences of your doing wrong. No. You are responsible. You are the first responsible man for doing a thing, and therefore you are responsible to bear the consequences of your doing. When you are the man, it is for the state, it is for the education of the government, of the state, of your country. It is the responsibility of your country's education department to educate you in a way that you will not make mistake. Don't leave this responsibility to anyone else. Governments in the world, here is a challenge for you, but this challenge is sweet if you take it to be a wave of knowledge. What a government cannot do is a government can put the whole nation, millions of people, to bomb or come under bombing. If you can kill a man, certainly you can save a man. So man's life has been in great jeopardy. Due to what? Due to the tradition, a very bad tradition of nations to be guided by the constitution of man-made thoughts. Man-made thoughts. 100 people somewhere, 200 people, whatever they knew about life, they made the laws. We will have this law, this law, this law. And they are the national law, and they are guiding the destiny of education, of health, of defense, of everything. Life has been lived very, very poorly so far. People are very fond of, we are Muslims, we are Muslims, we are not Christians. And the Christians say, we are Christians, we are Christians, we are Christians. Japanese, this Buddhist, we are Buddhists, we are Buddhists. You are Buddhist, you are Muslim, you are Christians. But see your situation. See your situation. You yourselves are calling your countrymen's behavior to be corrupt. What is this Christianity? What is this Islam? What is this Buddhism or Hinduism or any ism? What is this? Your gods are not able to save you? What is this God of Christianity, of Islam, of Buddhism, of this and of this and of this and of this? I am a believer in God. But God is a thing to be lived. God is a thing to be lived. Those dark ages should be over. This is the time of science. If something, you should be able to prove it. If something, you should be able to prove it. Global country of world peace has come into being to prove to man and to prove to all the people, doesn't matter to what religion they belong, doesn't matter to what religion they belong, doesn't matter to what language they belong, Doesn't matter to what system of administration they belong. All the system of administrations are governed by man-made constitutions. Here is a challenge to man-made constitutions. Man-made means full of faults and full of weaknesses. Who is the man who can say perfect, perfect, perfect? Rajaram is going to bring out a principle and a program based on this cosmic principle that unites the cosmic dignity of man with his individual dignity. This knowledge, it was put off in all these universities, Now Dr. Folker, a scientist, and the Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. John Hagelin, they are there to show the torchlight to all mankind in the field of education, in the field of health, in the field of defense, in every field, that the man will take recourse to higher consciousness, higher intelligence, higher state of life, will behave by utilizing total natural law. By total natural law. Today's politics is thrown to idiots on the roads. A man passing by the road, the press goes, do you like this minister? Do you like this minister? And today they say, oh, 50% dislike him or 40% like him. The whole thing is a very wrong system of evaluation. What a man on the street knows about the, about the governmental values. This whole system of man-made constitution, known as self-rule, democracy, damn the democracy. You see what is happening in the name of democracy. As long as man-made constitution will run the governments, there will not be peace in the nation. Peace in the nation. I am asking all these heads of states and their cabinet. Aha, the minister is in the cabinet. He has no time to meditate. He is in the cabinet. What does he do in the cabinet? He's that thing, what you call, opposition. Oh, opposition. He is raising this point, and now he is thinking how to counteract that and that and that. The whole system of administration, the whole system of democracy is worth damning. Damn the democracy. This is the scientific age. Democracy means there is no government that can maintain the evolutionary trend of everyone's life. Every country has all kinds of tendencies. Million tendencies have billions of, million population in a country has billions of trends and tendencies. How can the police or military or anything can regulate the activities of the people so that they do not do wrong to anyone? How? Not the fear of punishment. Not the fear of punishment. No? All these heads of states are being punished. Whenever they are in their position, they think, oh, I am in position, I'll go on. But next day, someone comes, dismantles him. a wave of purification. Now listen. Listen to the present situation in the world. There are two aspects to it. One is a big filth, a big useless negative trends in life. And the other is wave of purification, wave of purification, wave of purification. So the administrative skill of human race is in dilemma today. They don't know what to do. A man becomes a president. Now he doesn't know. He knows that in 2 months or in 2 years he will not be the president. He tries to get money as much possible and put in this country or in that country and that country. In the meantime, he is caught up and put to jail. This is just a very, very uncertain phase of time that the world is going through. And in this, our great responsibility that we have taken upon ourselves on the basis of having the torchlight of enlightenment, the ability to educate the individual and educate a nation and educate a government to govern with complete success as the administration of the ever-expanding infinite dynamism of the universe. Every man, whether he is some religious man or agnostic man, believe in God or not believe in God, he knows that this galactic universe, whether he is a scientist or not a scientist or whatever, artist, whatever, he knows that the universe is governed with laws that do not create problems. Modern science, in whatever state that science, the physical sciences are, they are in the state of like children's play. If you want to know what is there behind this galaxy and this galaxy, try to go there and there and there and there. No. Don't waste time of life. Here in the education of Raja Nada Ram will be that enlightenment ignited in the consciousness of every single individual who will enliven cosmic potential in the individual potential of man, so that the man would be endowed with. Now listen to these words. You may have never a chance to hear them again. There is this, in name we call it, Vedic education. In the name of Vedic education, in the treatise of Vedic education, in the treatise of full enlightenment, in the field of administration, the whole field of action is the field of administration. The whole field of action is in the field of administration. And action depends on how the body and mind coordinate themselves. How the body and mind, they function together, how the body and mind function together. It is well revealed in the discovery of Rajaram that the whole physiology is the expression of consciousness, self-referral consciousness, or as it is called, Atma in the field of Vedic literature. Atma, the self of everyone. And the Veda is the impulses of the self. And Vedas are total knowledge, the field of total knowledge, where it is in the transcendental field. Transcendental field is the field of the self of everyone. And from this, His Majesty Dr. Nader Ram has spelled out, has written thick volumes of research on physiology. And this is not a gossip, this is not a philosophical treatise. It is a scientific research results of how physiology behaves on the basis of the reverberations of self-referral consciousness, self-referral intelligence. The whole field of knowledge is present in the Vedic literature. And I am very happy to announce just now there are many countries in the world who are offering to take advantage of the knowledge of Raja Ram. Because people have seen how deceptive is their sovereignty, great sovereignty, very great sovereignty. The president becomes a sovereign president, and tomorrow someone comes and puts him out of chair, and now coup is announced. It's organized by foreign powers. All these coups are all organized by foreign powers. And they make a fuss. And it's not, now I tell you how the coup happens. Coup happens because natural law cannot take any more from this incapable head of state, so he is removed. On the surface it may look that America brought this coup out, or Germany brought this coup out, or England brought this coup out, but who inspired America or England and this and this and this? Natural law. So, a good sense, a wave of good sense is starting to sweep the globe. And those who are fortunate, whatever fortunate, they are coming to the global country of world peace, and we are embracing them with great admiration and respect and cordiality, and we are improving this thing, what they call economy. Very great plans of improving the economy of all the developing countries and very poor countries to eliminate poverty in the world. All this is from the level of the global country of world peace. The field of knowledge, the field of action, all will be guided by the cosmic potential of the individual, which is the individual potential itself. Only it has to be developed on its fullness, and that will be through Vedic education. And Vedic means natural law, pertaining to natural law. And for that, there are sutras, Yoga Sutras, Karma Mimamsa Sutras, there are Vedanta Sutras. They are not stories as they have been depicted by the useless minds of the Western theology or Western philosophy and all that, all that. The whole thing has been unfortunate for human race, that Vedic literature has been widely disreputed. Doesn't matter. The light is there. When electricity came, and anyone who wanted to live in light, they applied to the company creating electricity, and they got electricity. Those who did not do, they remained in dark. But nobody could remain in for very long in dark. They had to borrow. So those who did not take the electricity first day or first month or first year, they had to take it. Or if the father did not go, but the children cannot remain in darkness. Children will take it. So this is how science has been providing them a recourse to better quality of life. Recourse to light, recourse to light, recourse to light. So the people of the world today, I am inviting you to enjoy life. And if in your manual of living, joy is the devil's responsibility, then I would advise you to become a devil, but enjoy life. Enjoy life, enjoy life. Religion is not the answer as it is lived today, but any religion, through transcendental meditation to the experience of the yogic flying, whatever he may call himself, Islam or this Christianity or Buddhism or Hinduism or so many new religions are coming up, because whatever a man is, he is not satisfied. Not satisfied. So it's his consciousness that has to be developed in order that spontaneously he is capable of, listen to what I say, till he is able to engage, I'm using the word engage, engage, till he is able to engage total natural law for what he wants to do. The education that Nadaram is going to present to the world is the education that unfolds total creative intelligence. And total creative intelligence is that intelligence which governs life everywhere in the ever-expanding universe. Either life is yours, continue to fight together, continue to kill each other, continue to bomb each other, but remember that in these 5-10 years you are a government, or you are a prime minister, or you are a whatever you are, but then history of the world has witnessed millions of destroyers of the world, but they are gone, and all of them are no more, and even in their life they had met with utter suffering, mainly suffering. But when they think, oh, I'm a president, I can do this, I can do this. Look to the President of America now, what has happened to it. Global country of world peace is rising with the total knowledge on the scientific level. Those who want to enjoy life take this knowledge, and begin to enjoy life on your own. Those administrators, all these heads of states and prime ministers and all, don't go by the wasteful glamour of your praise. If someone has written a good article, oh, you feel I'm known. But look to the paper, to how many millions you have appealed for your goodness, and how many billions are there in the world completely ignorant of what you are or what you are or what you are or what you are. So don't go by the glamorous and poisonous, this fame and name and all those things. They are not your friend. Heavens will not entertain you on wrong pretexts. Only the reality, only the truth that is in conformation with the will of God, with natural law, only that will be your savior. All these articles in the press here or there, what does it mean to life? If 20 people say you are very good, and if 10 people say you are no good, what you can be? Get yourself educated, give your children the education of the University of World Peace, education of the University of World Peace throughout the world, and then desire your parents to be, your sons and daughters to be enlightened, that will not make mistake and will not create a ground for suffering for themselves. Our responsibility for the individual, we have been handling individual. Now, we have to step up to handle nations and nations. Now, nations. Dr. Narada Ram has this 40 values of Vedic literature. He has classified 40 values of the Vedic literature, which in totality governs every point of creation and infinity of the whole creation. Separate values of creation and unified values of creation. That's how the individual will be blessed with the cosmic potential, and he will not make a mistake. The education in this global country of world peace, the education will be to make total natural law blossom in the awareness of the individual and in the collective awareness of all nations. Forget your 20-year-old or 200-year-old or 1,000-year-old ancestry, which was based on human intelligence and based on laws made by human beings, and human being made law will always have human failings in it and human weaknesses in it. Now is the time to get on the totality of life, not on the superstitious level, but on the level of reality, It's a very great thing. And all those countries, people have been writing to me. I find an opportunity to reply all these letters that have been coming on to me. How is your world government Ram Raj, what do you mean by Ram Raj? How many countries have recognized you? I want to tell them that this is not the global government which seeks recognition from any of the countries. We don't seek recognition from the countries, because if the existing governments who are suffering themselves recognize us, so we go on the level of suffering with them. We are not seeking. Nada Ram is not seeking recognition by all these governments who have proven failure in their record and who are putting their heads of state to jail today, this, tomorrow, this. All are destined to be in the jail, whatever existing. So we are not seeking, listen properly, we are not seeking recognition of any government. We are opening our doors. Any government who wants a brighter future for itself and for all his millions of people. Any government who wants a better quality of life for their followers, for their subjects, are welcome to us. Those days are over for me. When I was going from door to door, from country to country, asking people to try out, that I was doing singly. But those days are over. No more. No more. I am saying it today after the puja of Guru Purnima puja to Gurudev. No more. I want to go from door to door, from door to door, from door to door. I stand today with a global country on the basis of the knowledge, Vedic knowledge, Vedantic knowledge, yogic knowledge, devotion, bhakti knowledge. On that basis of perfect knowledge, I stand head high today, inviting governments, if they want to be a better present and a better future for themselves and for their own people, millions of people, then I am ready to give them a door, and they will enter the door of education, being promoted by Raja Ramji. He is greatest scientist of the present generation, very successful, who have a record of great success. This worldwide publicity by these Americans and Britishers and Germans, it won't work now. It won't work now. Here is a ground for it. Better come and avail of the opportunity when there is still time for you. With that dignity now, I open the gate of the global country of world peace for any government to enter into, but don't come in order to claim. Don't come to support the... I want to repeat it 100 times, 1,000 times. Don't come to support the global country of world peace. The global country of world peace is headed by the most enlightened scientist of the world today, and he does not need any support from anyone. It's not sovereignty that we are seeking. We are seeking a better fortune in economics, a better fortune in politics, a better fortune in defense. We are here to confer invincibility to every government. Come those who want invincibility, and don't remain in false notions of your great power and all that. Any time during day today or tonight, you could be ousted because your people are not satisfied. Your people are poor. Majority of people in every country, majority of the people in every country are dissatisfied, they are poor, they are not creative, their children are unhealthy in every way. So don't forget that we are a country. This I have given answer to those who have been asking, what country support you? We are not. No country can support us, because how can the ignorant people, how can the blind support the man who sees clearly? All the blind come up, we sympathize with you and we are here to work for you and all. Don't come to support Vedic country, global country of world peace. Ram Raj is the Raja of Ram, Brahm, totality, total natural law which governs the universe with perfect order. That is the strength. After 50 years, the award that comes today from today's puja to Gurudev is the award of invincibility, to engage. Listen, I'm emphasizing on the word engage. To engage total natural law to work for us. To engage total natural law to work for us. That education we want to give. Come as students to learn from here. Don't come by any false pretext here and there and there. This is the global law, the global country of world peace, based on total knowledge of natural law, which administers the physiology of every individual, the physiology of groups of the individual in the world, the physiology of the nations, and the physiology of the globe. With full confidence in our knowledge of total natural law, I am proclaiming all these values for all time, for humankind to take notice and rise to their own heritage. Man's heritage is divine, and there is no shadow of darkness, ignorance, and suffering in the image of the divine. These are not the empty words and gossip over empty philosophy. No. This is a reality for which we have program. Learn transcendental meditation, advanced techniques of it, and yogic flying, and thereby create coherence in each national consciousness, in your national consciousness, and then it's the coherent national consciousness that will create a unified state of any country, unified state of any country. And these empty words of political speeches not going to help anyone. It's the education from early age that will unfold the total creative potential of the younger generation, and that will spontaneously engage total natural law to fulfill their desire. And the whole Vedic literature is a witness to that. In one little phrase which we have been repeating all the time, today also I repeat, Yatinam Brahma Bhavati Sarathi. Yatinam Brahma Bhavati Sarthi. This phrase is very well repeated by the thousands of teachers of transcendental meditation. So, save yourself, and by saving yourself, you will save your environment. And by saving your environment, you will make a collective destiny of the nation very, very fruitful and elegant and majestic. This is the Guru Purnima after 40, 50 years of the movement of spiritual regeneration movement. So I have been through door to door, but time is over. I'm not going through door to door. Now I have an organization which will ring the bell of invincibility to every nation, because it is very, very obvious that no nation can save itself. Germany may be very proud of that man who said there is no peaceful way to get peace except bombing. That single individual, he will be no more there, but he has staked the life of millions of people in Germany. Same thing to America, same thing to Britain. All these countries who are, listen, all these countries who are earning their livelihood by creating arms and selling arms and selling arms and creating conflict here, and they sell arms to both parties like that. Those treacherous days should be over. Natural law will take care of all that. It's taking care of all that anyway. Taking care of that always. All those warmongers, all those manufacturers of arms, and the diplomacy that divide and rule, all those Britishers should know that the time is different now, and they will not be able to save themselves from the fury of God. Whatever church they cherish in England, but that will, or whatever church they cherish in Rome, it will not be able to save the fury of the sin that they are committing by creating arms. And like landlords, we prohibit you to sell this, you prohibit you to sell this. Who are you? If oil comes in some country, they will sell it. On one side you come out with freedom of trade. On the other side, create sanctions. It's stupidity. This will not go very long. Knowledge will guide the path of evolution. And education will pave the way for smooth and speedy march. I had to mention all that to clear our policy. This was a policy statement of the global country of world peace. And what I have done today, in the light of Gurudev, I have only expanded a small sentence that Raja Nadar Ram said when he assumed the throne of the global country of world peace last month. He said, my administration will be through education. Because administration is for the people. people will behave on the basis of education. If you have trained them to utilize or contact higher intelligence, that is how they will behave. If you have not trained them, they'll make mistakes, and then you keep on putting jails and jails and jails and jails, and then you show kindness on them. The jails should have this facility, this facility, this facility, this facility. It's very immature thinking. When there is for 50 years existing a program to contact higher consciousness, why not use that program in your American education, in your British education, in your German education? What prevents you from teaching your children enlightenment? You're all Christian countries. Look to your Guru Pope. He's all the time expressing his frustration against your actions. Apologies of the Pope are very, very popular. Apologies of the Pope. I'm not against religion, listen. I'm a firm believer in God. I'm a firm believer in religion, but not a religion that will continue to make a man suffer. What I say about the religion is that if a religion says you have to suffer, it's not a religion. If you move towards light, how can you expect darkness to increase? The path of God will not give you, listen, the path of God, your march on the path of God will not make you suffer. As you move towards the light, you are more and more in light. At every step you are in light, at every step in light. And when your Guru Pope says, God, forgive me, my organization has been doing wrong to mankind and wrong to mankind, this he is saying constantly. And his preachers are preaching suffering to mankind. What is that religion? Religion is not bad. But the path to religion, in your religious texts, there are expressions that will lead you to God. But there are expressions on the path to God which will make you suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer. Whatever may be the interpretation, but the hallucination that is projected on the people is very dangerous and simply unwanted. Finished. I'm not opposing religion. I want people to practice transcendental meditation, and then your intellect will be so refined that whatever is written on your religious books, you will have a proper understanding about it, and you will have your steps in the right direction. Any religion for its reality matches today with this reality discovered by modern science and reality discovered by most ancient Vedic science. Religion and science are no more two different things. Unless you are a man, Dr. His Majesty Nodar Ram, the great scientist of today, he told me that in whatever words we can tell the people, their education in the universities or in the schools has been such that it it does not utilize, listen to this, it does not utilize total brain to function. It does not enable the total brain to function. And when total brain does not function, those parts of the brain which do not function, they develop what they are called holes, functional holes. That something here is a hole, it's not functioning. The brain physiology is there, but it's not functioning. Here not functioning, here not functioning, here not functioning. So the whole potential of human brain is simply not functioning. This the scientists will explain to you. But this inadequate education has now been proudly eliminated. But those who are parents of their children, it is for them to give them proper education. Global country of world peace blossoms in the act of a gardener. He waters the root and nourishes all aspects of the expressions of the sap. The whole tree blossoms, Vedic education is that education of consciousness, which then becomes physiology and then becomes the cosmic physiology. It's a very great thing. Now I would like to tell you one extreme thing. It's so good that it's hard for you to believe, but it's not my concern. Today I'm opening all the total vision of possibility for mankind through our administrative skill of the global country of world peace. You may note down or don't note down, forget about it. A human brain and the emergence of all the parts of human physiology, you should understand as a cosmic switchboard. Everywhere, here, everywhere, here, there. There are switches. You press a switch here, you press a switch here, you press a switch here, you press a switch here. Pressing the proper switches, you can create any influence you want in the ever-expanding universe. You have a switchboard in your body. You have a switchboard. You have a cosmic switchboard in your body. Pressing these switches, you can create from within yourself any effect in the ever-expanding universe. This is Vedic science. This is human potential. This is human potential. This will develop through Vedic science and Vedic way of life. If you want to remain in small areas of doing little things, like the ants. Ants also have their Ants also have their banks and their roads and their buildings. Ants also have all that. Either follow the ant's life and remain within the scratching of the little limited values of life, or be the master of the entire universe. University of Peace, University of World Peace, the education of Raja Ram will give to you, even if you are old or young or a child, will give to you these secrets of pressing the button to achieve anything in the universe. This is Vedic education. Basis of this is purity of life. Purity of life. You can't go on bombing the countries and say, and in your home to your children say, yes, I killed so many people there. Like a Hitler. He had his own imaginary world, or these destroyers of the world in history, and their descendants now in Germany or in England or in America, they are descendants, followers of the destructive powers in the world. I am alerting them, I am challenging them that for their own good they take a right course of action where sin will not be allowed. Killing is sin. Cultivating the what you call these arms. A German workman works for 15 hours a day. German culture is a labor culture. Labor culture. From the labor kind of intelligence, can you expect anything intelligent? The labor was there in America for so many years. The labor was there as a government in England for so many years. It's continuing. Can you expect any intelligent action or intelligent policy or worthwhile program for these labor union people? Labor always needs a supervisor to tell him, now dig here, now dig here, now do this, and now do this, and now do this. Therefore, all these labor intelligence creating arms and publicizing in the name of peace, peace, peace. This will not work anymore. All these policies, political policies, all these publication policies, all this propaganda, there is a proverb which you all know already. You can't fool the people all the time. Listen to those warmonger nations. Listen, you cannot fool all the people all the time. That is why after so many decades and centuries, the trends are developing in the world to put all those criminal people to live in jail, like that. So now this is the turning point. I have done puja to Gurudev with new light. All the light that he gave us, we have used and we are using. I wanted a new light of peace from Gurudev. Peace is the result of satisfaction. And satisfaction, according to the Vedic text, rite jnana na muktihi. Rite jnana na muktihi. Liberation from difficulties, liberation from problems will not be there without jnana. Rite jnana na muktihi. Without total knowledge, without the ability to engage total natural law in every feeling of ours, in every thought of ours, in every speech of ours, in every action of ours, without using total natural law, there will not be peace. Rite jnanam muktihi. This is the clarion call of Vedic wisdom. And the world is going to survive, the world is going to survive. This is the return of the Vedic principles that are the principles of total natural law in every field, in the field of economy, in the field of all those things. So we have created a world which is going to be concretely expanding its reality in terms of peace, affluence, bliss, and the presence of God everywhere, 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 everywhere. This is a scientific age. Don't remain fooled by the fooling principles of the past. All these universities wind up. Universities are very proud. They are proud of their campus. If you want chemistry, fine, come to me. If you want physics, if you want this, if you want this, if you want this, come. One subject of chemistry or one subject of physics or one subject of mathematics is not going to be a solution to your evolutionary value of life. All fields of knowledge in one brain, not all fields of knowledge in one campus. In one campus. The history of universities for thousands of years has been, you come to my campus, if you want this, you will have it. If you want this, you will have it. If you want this. This compartmentalization of the field of knowledge is massacring life, which is a totality. Lots of researchers have gone to show how the brain of all these champions in the field, in different fields of knowledge, this is what they call Nobel Prize in mathematics, Nobel Prize in physics, Nobel Prize. Their brains have been found to have functional holes. A physicist a man of chemistry, a man of mathematics, they create a habit of that particular part of the brain to continuously function. Other parts of the brain, they don't. So there are great loopholes in the field of education. That is why there are great loopholes in the philosophy of economics, politics, social order, all those things, they are in a mess. I could go on, and the description of the darkness of the night will never finish till we start to light the lamps, light the lamps, light the lamps, light the lamps. Whatever time it takes for the worldwide organization of Dr. Rajaram, whatever time it takes to educate the people, that is the time that will take to create a really, really fully blossomed life on earth. A fully blossomed life on earth. And I must tell you one thing, it does not matter who governs a country. Who governs a country. It does not matter who governs a country. What matters is the people are happy, they are peaceful, they don't make mistakes, they don't commit crime. This is what matters. Whether it is A or B or C, or whether it's a Christian or Islam or whatever, or Hindu or whatever, that does not matter.